Today, we're gonna talk about car chases.
You're a real Blue Flame special, aren't you, son?
Okay, car chases. I love car chases, you love car chases, everybody, like those people out there, they love car chases. But first, I want to tell you a story. Back in 2007, when I was young and had less of an idea what I was doing, I made the third film in a trilogy of no-budget feature action comedy movies called Cheflock and Wolfson 3. I wrote a car chase into the script, even though we had no money, or stunt people, or permits, or any idea how to actually do a car chase, but we were young and stupid and didn't know any better. When it came time to actually shoot the car chase, the guy who owned one of the cars arrived and told me he had to leave in half an hour. So that was all the time we had to shoot the scene. My solution was to just stage the car chase in real life, with me filming it by hanging out the windows of the cars holding the camera. If you are a young aspiring filmmaker, I don't recommend doing that. And while no one would call this a good car chase, as a result of the way that we shot it, it inadvertently captures the most important aspect of a successful car chase. It feels dangerous. I mean, yeah, most action scenes, whether fights or shootouts or epic battles, are dangerous, but car chases by nature take a familiar situation, riding in a car, but make it deadly. The basic conceit of a car chase is, what if we took all the traffic laws, which exist to keep us safe, and broke them? What if we drove way over the speed limit, drove through red lights, drove off the road, drove on the wrong side of the road, and rammed into other cars? That's terrifying. And the goal of a car chase is to communicate that feeling on screen. Ask anyone what's the most memorable moment in the freeway chase in The Matrix Reloaded, and they'll probably point to this. Or the most memorable moment in the chase in The Bourne Supremacy, they'll probably say this. We remember those moments not because they're the coolest or contain the biggest crashes, but because those are the moments when we held our breath, that felt the most dangerous. A car chase is essentially a scene about people in a small metal box moving at very high speeds in pursuit of another metal box while dodging other moving metal boxes. Let's take a look at one of the best car chases in film history, the second chase in John Frankenheimer's 1998 film, Ronin. The setup is simple. Two cars, one in pursuit of the other, driving through Paris. The chase is 7 minutes long. There's nothing flashy about it, no CGI, no music for the first 4 minutes, almost no dialogue. And it's stressful as hell, because the scene perfectly communicates exactly how terrifying and dangerous this situation would be. The key to the scene's success is that much of it is shot with the camera mounted either on the car's front bumpers or inside the cars looking out the front windshield, putting the audience in the perspective of the characters, looking straight ahead as the car rockets through the streets. We see the obstacles in their path, the bystanders diving for cover. We can feel how fast they're going, and we understand exactly how dangerous this is. This sequence is so effective because it communicates the experience of being in one of these cars in this situation. Now, compare this to the car chase in The Rock. You know, the one where Nicolas Cage in a Ferrari chases Sean Connery in a Hummer. This car chase is full of huge crashes and explosions, but it's infinitely less engaging than the one in Ronin. The immediate difference is the perspective. While most of the Ronin chase is shot from the perspective of the drivers looking forward, the chase in The Rock is shot with the vehicles driving toward us. We can't see what's ahead of them or where they're going. There's no tension because there's no anticipation. In almost every case, the greater the feeling of danger, the more successful the car chase. It's why the one in Death Proof might still be the best chase of the 21st century. By putting a person on top of one of the cars, the danger is compounded. We cringe every time the cars collide, every time they turn, every time they go off the road, because we know any one of those could send Zoe Bell flying off to either death or horrific injury. And what makes it all so effective is that it's shot primarily in wide shots, where we can take in the entire scene. We always know what's happening. We always know where the cars are in relation to one another, where Zoe Bell is, and how everyone is reacting. There are 4 main things that the audience needs to see in a car chase. What the cars are doing, where the cars are in relation to each other, what obstacles are in the environment, and how the characters in the cars are reacting. And yeah, I know I spent the whole previous episode talking about it, but geography is so important in a car chase, and it's especially hard to do because the geography is constantly changing, but it has to be done well if the scene is going to work. The chase in Ronin focuses on these core elements, and mostly switches between just 4 angles. The drivers, their POVs, the fronts of the cars, and wide exteriors. The scene quickly teaches us its visual vocabulary, so we can always easily follow what's happening and are never disoriented. In so many of the best car chases, you'll see filmmakers returning to the front-facing shot, mounted on the car with a wide lens. It gives the viewer a total spatial awareness and clear view of the car's path. And since wide lenses make close things seem closer and far things seem farther, it amplifies the sense of speed, making it feel like the car is going even faster than it is. This is exactly what we did with the shot of Jake and my feet running at the beginning of this video. And while the chase in The Rock has some cool crashes, we almost never have a sense of where the Ferrari and Hummer are in relation to each other, what's ahead of them, or where they're going. We never see what the characters are seeing, so we can't anticipate what might happen. All we can do is react to what is happening at that very second. The suspense of a car chase is all about what might happen. We might hit that truck, we might hit that car, we might fall off the war rig, we might get crushed. By showing us what lies ahead of the car, we can anticipate what might happen, and thus suspense is created. If we only see what's behind the cars, there's nothing for us to anticipate. Look at the car racing scene in Against All Odds. There isn't a single crash or collision, no one is trying to run anyone else off the road, and it's really suspenseful. This is because we can see where everyone is, what traffic laws they're breaking, and how dangerous the driving is. Creating an exciting car chase can be as simple as just clearly showing dangerous driving. Of course, while what I'm talking about applies to most car chases, it doesn't apply to everyone. The opening chase of Drive is less about danger and more about using cars to create a slow burn cat and mouse suspense sequence. And the Blues Brothers uses the mechanics and vocabulary of a car chase and turns it into slapstick comedy. In all the noise and crashing metal of a car chase, it's easy to forget that, like all good action scenes, it needs to be a story. It needs to have clear stakes and motivations and surprise us with new developments and plot turns. The chase in To Live and Die in LA is so good because it keeps evolving and the danger keeps growing. Each time the protagonists seem to get out of a bad situation, they end up in an even worse one, until the only means of escape is to drive the wrong way down a crowded LA freeway. So what is it about car chases? Why do we love them so much? We all know what it feels like to drive, or at least ride in a car, and a car chase takes that experience further, adding stakes and danger and increasing the speed. A lot of them are a little more than empty sensation, but the very best ones capture the feeling of what it's like to be in that car, pressing the gas pedal to the floor, running the red light, and swerving through oncoming traffic. We feel the fear and the desperation and the thrill. So if you're making a car chase, focus on what's important. The danger, the stakes, the geography. Also, put in sweet stunts like this. But preferably, don't use a slide whistle sound effect. Matt, can you pull over and let us out?
I thought we were escaping from something.
No, I just thought if we did this in a car with some urgency to it, it would make the video more exciting.
Are you kidding me? I canceled plans for this, man. This is a zip car. Okay, I'm spending money on this.
Just Venmo me for whatever this cost. And this was great. Let's do it again sometime.
You are
Bye.
a shitty friend. Fuck. You can leave too.
Okay. Sorry.
Get out. I have to return this thing.
Hello, and thank you so much for watching. Hey, we finally made another installment in this series. It wasn't dead, it's just been like, I don't know, 6 months since the last one. The reason for the super long gap between episodes is that this one, episode 3, was originally supposed to be about exploring movie shootouts. And then, looking at the news and terrible recent events that keep on happening, it just seemed to me like making a video about fun fictional gun violence was a little tone deaf and not the smartest thing to do right now, so that was indefinitely postponed, and I moved up what was supposed to be the following episode in the series, car chases, and hey, we got a video about car chases, and I had a lot of fun making it, and I hope you had fun watching it. And beyond this, as you might have seen, we are making a push to expand the scale and scope of this operation, increase the budgets for the videos. So if you want to learn more about that and help make that happen, you should just go over and check out the Patreon. And if you want to yell at me about things and get updates on what we're working on, then follow me on all the social media links. And go listen to our podcast, We Heart Hartnett, exploring the filmography of the actor Josh Hartnett. And I'll see you back here very soon.